sometimes I have to check and see what plans I have for this day. People ask me, well, what's going on this day? I said, I don't know, you're talking to the wrong person. And so she had made plans for me on a Saturday night. And that's a little bit tricky because Saturday night is rehearsal night. And one thing about me, I don't know if it's because I like to have control or because I want to serve the team, but it's like if the team is gathering together, I want to be there. And so rehearsal is on Saturday nights for our awesome worship team. And I was thinking we have these plans, and I wasn't putting the two dots together, but I got a message from our worship director, Nicole, and she's like, hey, Pastor, we're going to move rehearsal from Saturday night to Friday night. And listen, I like change, but I also don't like a lack of discipline. So immediately in my mind, I'm like, no, that's not a good idea. We need to be disciplined. We need to be here every day. We need to be prepared. And moving it to Friday is not a great idea because it's going to interfere with Celebrate Recovery, which quick plug is on Friday nights. I want you to come, hang out, spend some time there. It doesn't matter if you're struggling with addiction or what it is. It's what is it? Hurts, habits, and hang-ups. You can come together and you can share what God is going through on Friday nights at 6:30. 7 o'clock. Praise the Lord. You can come early. That's okay. But anyway, so it was kind of interfering with it. And so but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to take control. I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to let them do what they're going to do and trust them. They got this. And but it didn't connect with the plans that I had on Saturday night. And so I wake up on Saturday morning and I'm frustrated and I'm trying to get ready and I got all these things going on and I just want to be productive. You ever have a day like that where it's just, you just feel unproductive and you just want to be productive? So I'm writing messages and shooting messages out to the team. Hey, do this, you need to do this. We need to be ready on a Saturday. And my poor wife has taken the brunt of my frustration. And for me, she knows me well enough by now after such a long time together that she can tell that I'm leaning on just canceling my plans on Saturday night. And Taylor, she's got a very soft voice, and that can be scary sometimes because what she did, I'm going to paraphrase it just a little bit, is she's kind of looking at me and she's like, listen, we have plans tonight and we are not going to cancel these plans, so you better get yourself together. That's what I heard. I don't know what she said, but that's what I heard. And so I'm like, all right, I better not. And she's a pregnant woman too, so let me be careful. I decide that I'm going to go ahead and continue with the plans, and here I am frustrated, thinking that Juliana and Taylor had set up some sort of surprise for me and Aaron to go hang out, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm busy, got stuff going on. So we're driving there, and as I'm driving down the road and frustrated, we're getting ready to turn onto their road. And somebody cuts me off. That was not the moment to cut me off. I was already frustrated, and they're getting ready to cut me off, and it's like one of those situations where it's like there's not enough space. Come on, you and I are both looking at the same space. There's not enough space. You could try to squeeze your way in, and they almost hit us. Now, I'm going to need y'all to pray for me. I didn't cuss them out, okay? But my hand just kind of took over on its own, and it moved towards the horn button right at the middle of the steering wheel. And so I hit the horn just like I'm here. You may not have saw me. The red indication on your mirror that says there's somebody next to you and you shouldn't get over. You probably didn't see that. So I'm just going to remind you that I'm here. I'm going to hit that horn. And the problem is something happened inside me because I hit the horn and it's like my arm locked up and the muscle got stuck. And it's just laying on the horn, just beep, and I'm holding it. And I knew I held it for a long time because my wife was starting to get real uncomfortable. And as I'm sitting there, I'm holding the horn. Man, you could have taken a nap and woken up. I'm still holding the horn. I'm going to make sure that they know who they mess with. I'm reminding myself as I'm holding the horn, praise the Lord that I don't have a Redefined Church sticker on the car yet, because I'm just sitting here and I'm holding the horn because they deserve it, because they weren't paying attention, because that's what it's for. Listen. Hear me out. Why would God put a horn in a car if it wasn't designed to be used? So I'm like, okay, I got to use this thing, and I'm going to put it on, and that's it. It was a quick conversation that probably lasted about 20 seconds of horn. It's one of those conversations where you don't even have to say anything verbally. You could just feel it. And my wife is just sitting there like fuming, but she's staying quiet. And then we were coming up to the turn where we were about to go down the road. And right before I got into the left lane to turn, I just had to quick end the conversation. And so I just bumped it one more time. It was a quick goodbye. Don't forget about me next time. And the crazy thing is I turned down the road, and lo and behold, I show up to the house, and they open the door, and surprise, we had a bunch of the team that was there. just to celebrate me and to say thank you to me. And here I am, like mad at the world, ready to cancel these plans, and all of these people took time out of their day to be there. See, what's crazy as I'm thinking through this is sometimes it really feels like the right thing in that moment. Sometimes it really feels like the right thing to do was to hit the horn, because why not, right? Because they need to learn. They could have killed somebody. Praise the Lord that I was there. It's a blessing that I was there to remind them not to be a stupid driver. And we start to justify all of these different things in our life where God, it must have been, you must have wanted me to teach them a lesson because you put them right in front of me, right at the perfect time with the horn. It's crazy how we take these situations and we start to justify our action based on what seems right. And the craziest part is when we begin to use God to do it. And we begin to position God to justify it. See, my title today is God or Not. God or not. Look at your neighbor and say, God or not. It's a question. God or not. Was this God? Was this God setting up a scenario for me so that I could teach them a lesson, or was the lesson somewhere inside that I needed to learn? Is this God or is this not?